an invite from Adikash. Ferrari, Ferrari. There you go.
Alright, is everybody in the lobby?
Chocolate. Is there chocolate coming?
Okay, chocolate is.
किसी का कोई टीममेट आया ही नहीं है
हाँ नहीं ये क्या
रेड बुल के अलावा रेड बुल के अलावा
Alfa
कोई भी
Romeo.
फर्क पड़ता नहीं है
Alfa Romeo. Cheap or something? What?
Chief Verstappen. Chief.
Oh, cheap. Bro.
Not cheap. Right, we're waiting on chocolate, that is. Nobody else is racing tonight. It's just you guys.
How many races?
11
Yeah.
Kulsud where? Kulsud not racing or what?
He
He's there.
is.
probably
But I have no. He's there.
AFK अलोंसो और वर्स्टैपेन और फर्नांडो के बीच में 3 सेकंड का अंतर है उसके बाद पूरी फील्ड 11 सेकंड पीछे है 9 सेकंड
It is the
Ocon is
crazy.
slowing everyone down, bro. That's it.
हाँ
Nothing else.
बैक मार्कर
हाँ तो that's what his plan is. और क्या करेगा वो?
He has time to get P3 today.
Can't do anything else.
Like
It's only
Kulsud
way
is
he can do
here.
it.
अच्छा Leclerc is in sixth only
Adikash, you need to fix your mic, brother. Whenever you are very quiet many times, I increase your volume. The very next day, it feels like you are sitting inside my ear.
Nice. ए कुलसुद आ गया.
right now is it
Oh!
हाँ ठीक है.
okay pieces
Science, my bad. Sorry. I thought Science is gonna go straight into him.
अभी तीन है pieces.
What the heck? भाई. Oh wait, मेरा delay पे चल रहा है. My bad. Dude, that was so close.
Is anything?
Oh,
is anything-
broken wing, broken front wing.
Broken wing,
Yeah,
yeah.
broken
He's
wing.
lucky.
But-
He's lucky to have carried on.
Pieces,
But
can
will
you
it
hear
make him
me?
faster?
It
That's
will
the real
not.
question.
He's now gonna get a
Pieces,
black
can
and
you
white.
hear me
Wait, Robin
Yeah,
Hood?
yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
bolo.
Robin Hood is here. Everybody is here except for Chocolate.
Oh damn!
Ah, he's there.
And
Damn.
Aman.
Aman, I don't think is racing.
Chocolate is there right
Sector 1 yellow.
That's a black and orange flag, bro.
Yeah, he got it already. उसका विंग गिर गया वो अपहिल जाते हुए विंग का टुकड़ा.
Wait, why is sector 1 yellow? I don't get it.
Bro, you're too far ahead. Go away from this VC, bro. You're like 5 seconds ahead of me.
Yeah,
Bro,
Pisos.
Science, listen. Science pits. Oh, I'm on the website only. I'm not even using anything else.
Oh, I'm
I
using
have
the app.
multi-viewer. I have
You're using
multi-viewer.
multiviewer, right?
No,
Yeah.
I'm using.
In the multiviewer, hover कर उस पे center right में you'll get a circular button. Click on it.
Yeah.
Window pop up होगा.
Oh,
Reduce the latency to 5 seconds.
Wait. How do I?
Jesus Christ! The wing is really fucked.
come on all good
Alright, let's ready up.
ready up
वो भी बना दिए.
Yeah, I'm
Amazing.
coming.
time to get some points
Jesus Christ!
Wait, do we ready up, Rajni?
Yes, y'all can.
All right.
Alright, I'm gonna move up into the steward's room. Have a good race and a clean
Thank
race,
you.
lads. All the best to everyone.
Don't ready up when we're into the race.
Inside the race, yeah. Oh, it's going to be very stressful for me to.
Bro, I don't know, that thing is not working on my MacBook for some reason. It's asking me to download an external driver for audio or whatever, and when I'm doing it, it's showing an error, so I can't. do it for some reason. Otherwise, I would have used my Mac only to do it.
I can do it on the laptop, but उस पे वो होगा ही नहीं stream. It's a dud, bro. उस पे वो 1080p में video play नहीं होती.
1080 से क्या ही फर्क पड़ता है यार? Barely anything.
Video play नहीं होती
Louis
stream
Red
पे
has left the session.
Bro, if Sainz pits, he comes out behind Perez. That's how close the entire grid is.
Right, so we'll have to invite Slowy Red again. So the session should start now. But it isn't. Oh, what's wrong? Are you also stuck on this Pesos? Are you in the lobby
I'm
though?
not. No, I'm not in the
Oh,
lobby.
sure.
I'm going to watch your stream.
Session. Arey? What is this bug, bro?
Stream it on Discord for me.
Wait, let me first invite this Red quickly.
Yeah.
उसके बाद I'll do it. See if Discord stream is working properly. I don't know, it might lag. Your settings.
Yeah, it's working fine.
Alright, so we are back for round 2 of the Rage Nail Community Cup. And this time we are in Bahrain. Sakir Grand-Prix. As you can see, we have drivers already out on their banker laps. Okay, so that is, we have 9 drivers out on track already out of 11. We can see the Chocolate in that Alpine out on mediums for some reason.
Very interesting indeed.
Sorry?
That is very interesting. I mean,
Indeed.
his time on mediums, if he can beat someone on softs, then that's going to be pretty good, and that's going to induce a lot of confidence in that driver.
Right, so I believe Adhikash is the first one to begin his flying lap. DRS open on the pit straight, reaching speeds of 330 kilometers per hour, braking right at the 100-meter board, turning in nicely. And Isjuice, the Red Bull of Isjuice, has crashed out in qualifying, and I believe that is the qualifying session over for that Red Bull in this race. Adhikash goes purple in the first sector with a 887, sorry. And out of the 11 drivers, we've already lost the Red Bull of Isjuice due to mechanical failure after he crashed out through turns 13 and 14 actually. Coming across turn 11 is now Adhikash as he's nearing the end of the second sector. Goes purple with a 107.499 in the second sector split. All he has to do is keep this lap together and he will have a time which would be good enough for provisional pole. Back onto the pitch straight, DRS wide open across the finish line, a 129.368 for Adhikash, which is some blistering pace. However, the McLaren of Good is Bacon obliterates that Alpine on its first lap, going 5/10 quicker and setting a time of 128.867, which is mental. Be 5 tenths quicker in the first lap, and I believe that Chocolate that's put his car into the barriers and I believe has lost his wings. We could see a little bit of debris out on track, but according to the car, we do not have any damage on the car. So, and Chocolate is stopped in a very dangerous position on track, right? Middle, I don't know what is he trying to do. And Slowy Red in that Alpha Tauri coming across the finish line, setting in a 129.589, puts him into P3. On board with Steel Snooze. Okay, he's on his out lap. Let's go into the second Alfa Romeo that is coming across the finish line to see what kind of a lap time can he put in. A 131.572 for Jahan Dhamecha. A 149 for Tanishq. Syed OP in the second Red Bull slots in comfortably into P5. Chocolate is in the pits. He has not set a representative lap time yet, and neither has Robin Hood. So after the first qualifying runs, except for a couple of drivers, your top three are Goodies Bacon, Adhikash and Slowy Red at the moment. And we will ride on board with the Alfa Romeo Steel Snail 94 as he begins his flying lap, his first flying run in this qualifying session. Yeah, Tanuj, you can join for the race, but I don't know what team is it going to give you now. Pesos, if we send Tanuj an invite, what will happen? Will he get allotted a random team?
I'm not sure if he can. I think he has
And in the meantime, Steel Steel has gone purple with a 28661 in the first sector. Alright, get online quickly. I'll send you an invite, Tanuj. Sorry. Get online quickly before the qualifying session ends.
going down in the trail braking corner, putting down power as
We won't
cautiously
be
as he
waiting.
can.
Across the back straight. Coming into turn 11 now.
Missing the apex
Oh,
level, but
and-
slightly spun around.
And
That is what happens when you
Steel
go
Sneeze
slightly
has
off the racing line.
lost his car. Does not seem to be damaged. Okay, it is damaged. No, it isn't. Does not seem to have any damage, but he has lost out on his first qualifying run. And has
Reminds
probably
me-
burned that set of soft tires.
Reminds me of the time when Lando Norris spun around, and the only damage he had was
Talent. So Alright, so we have Chocolate on an outlap and Robin Hood on an outlap. Chocolate still insists on coming out on that set of mediums, which I find very weird. Is it just to give a tow to his teammate? That is what it
appears
looks
to
like.
be.
By the
Maybe he's
looks.
saving both the softs for the race.
But it is going to be probably what, a 14 lap race, I believe. And
Something like that.
we need one mandatory tire compound change in the race. So how is he going to work in the strategy of two softs in a 14 lap race? That toe did seem to help Adhikash a bit, as he's gone about 1.7 tenths quicker than his previous lap time, which is a personal best, not a session purple for now. Coming across turn 10 and onto the back straight he goes. You'll have to see, has that toe from his teammate helped him out at all, or no? Kulsud has since left the session. And Adhikash does go purple with a 107.176 in the second sector split. Pesos can. Acha, you're not in the session. And I believe that's the second Alpine of Chocolate that spun around. Will this run put Adhikash on provisional pole? No, it does not. He improves by 2.5 tenths, but that's not good enough for pole. Bacon has set a blistering lap time, which has helped him stay on provisional pole despite second runs by other drivers. And I believe Goodis Bacon is now going back into the pits.
He was out for a flyer provided Adhikash did beat his time. But he doesn't require to burn his soft tires anymore because he's already on that provisional pole position.
But the gap between the provisional pole and P2 is only 3 tenths, which is not too much.
Bacon will have to come out only if Adhikash can find those extra 3 tenths. He'll be hopeful that the tow from his teammate may be helpful, maybe somewhere else other than the pit straight.
However, it does not look like Bacon has a teammate. And given that he has been a contender against me in Bahrain earlier, I do not believe he needs a tow. He has a very good pace around this track.
We're talking about the Alpines doing the dance of the tow
And
across the back straight.
that dance ends up in Chocolate missing out the apex and probably beaching his car for a brief moment there. And what about the Alfa Romeo of Steel Sneeze, which is to an extent a session favorite? We are all expecting the battle up in front to heat up between Goodis Bacon, Adhikash, Lowy Red and Steel Sneeze.
Yellow's out for Chocolate once again in the same corner that he has spun twice before in the session.
This track is not doing justice to Chocolate tonight. Chocolate is having very many moments around here. And he's going back into the pits without a representative lap time on board. Board with Steel Sneeze now, who's coming across towards the end of Sector 2. What is his second sector split going to be? A 107.133.
That is purple in the second sector.
That is purple
He has
indeed.
a shot to
And
fight Bacon
we have
for
a
pole right here.
Ferrari up ahead that's going slow. Alright, just to give way. Onto the pitch straight. Steel Sneeze. A 129.2. Only good enough for P2, which is not great.
P3
And
Martin, P3.
oh, P3, sorry, yes. But however, just a tenth away from P2, so I believe he might have that pace to get that front row start. And Sayyad OP, I believe, is on a banker still. And we haven't seen a lap time from Robin Hood in the Haas yet. All we've seen is outlaps from him.
It's the first time he's coming out on the track and putting in a representative time right now would be very important, since if he does end up not getting a lap in, this is going to be very, very difficult for him to put those overtakes out on track.
Oh, and yellow flags. Is anybody out on a fast lap behind the Alfa Romeos, because they seem to be going awfully slow. And we've lost Fearsome JD. He's spun in. He's spun around.
See, this corner is very notorious for the throttle that you put down. Even if you touch the curb, even just a little bit, the curb is going to
Oh,
throw you out.
and once again, I believe we have somebody who is trying to fill in the gap that Aman left in this league.
He's an Alfa Romeo as well.
And yes, this is the miracle. act of God for us. Alright, so another contender for the front row tonight is Slowy Red in that Alpha Tauri. Aditya Singh says Aman's ghost still haunting Alpha. Indeed. Pesos, could you take over for a brief moment? I will be right back in the commentary box.
So now this representative lap time that we are looking out for on Robin Hood, he is on the flyer lap, but he's getting a tow from one of the Ferraris. That's a sister team helping them out, or they just happen to be out on track together. I'm not sure. They're racing in qualifying. They're going through the second sector. Now we are on board looking at the Alpha Tauri of Snowy Red, who is appearing to be weaving on his straights.
Alright, just a moment. I was AFK for a second.
And we are back. Right.
Daniel Avocado sent. Seal Sneeze has retired from this session. What was that? Was that a mistake from the Alfa Romeo driver, or was that a pit lane retirement because he believes he couldn't do any better than he already did? And we have the second Alfa Romeo Fearsome JD still spinning around on track, which is not
Bro
a good
thinks
sight
he's
to
going to
see.
retire.
And
Bro thinks it's
in the meantime, Robin Hood has gone up into P6, and yes, the second Alfa Romeo Fearsome JD has since retired from the session, is on track, which is not safe at all. And we have the Alpine of Chocolate coming across the finish line. And was that a banker? Is he going on another fast lap now? Because his teammate is very slow across turns. Will we see a safety car today? Well, we absolutely might. And I believe Good is Bacon is facing some traffic up ahead from that Ferrari. He is waiting for a clear track to make his second run, as we can see the clock almost at a minute. So this would possibly be the final runs that the drivers would do. Anybody crossing the finish line after the checkered flag is waved will not be allowed to start any more qualifying runs. However, if you cross the checkered flag before it's completely waved and before the timer runs out, you will get a chance at one more lap. A lap that could decide your fate in this race.
Brutus Bacon trying to put a little distance between him and the Alpino Chocolate so that he can go into this qualifying session and not have him getting impeded by him. Right now he does not require a much better lap time. He still has the advantage
Of about 2 tenths,
over
yes.
10, yes, over approximately 2 tenths of a second. But it is always better to go faster because
And
last few seconds.
he is slower in the first sector by 4 1,000ths of a second. He was slower than his previous lap time by 4 1,000ths, and the checkered flag has been waved, which means no driver will be allowed to put in any more flying laps. This is the end of qualifying, and we will briefly, in a brief moment, see all the other cars coming across the finish line, setting their final laps. I believe the first one would be Robin Hood in that Haas. And he's gone wide. And Slowy Red was probably on a good lap but has invalidated and lost out his chances at pole or the front row. Next would be the Ferrari of Tanishq that will be coming across the finish line. And he stays P10. How about Adhikash? And Good as Bacon goes faster. A 128.530. After losing out the 4 1,000s in the first sector, he has managed to gain 3 tenths in the remaining two and put in a lap time of 128.530.
Going 3 tenths quicker in the sector 3 is just what we saw in qualifying yesterday. I didn't expect to see this in the F1 22 game today.
And Slowy Red has gone up into P2 with a 129.0. And that means Adhikash will be starting on the second row. So let's quickly get a screenshot of the qualifying results. So that's your grid for now. We will also be having Tanuj or Daniel Avocado joining us in the race as a reserve driver for one of the teams, and he will be starting P12. The front row with Goodis Bacon and Slowy Red, essentially the Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen of Formula One, at least in this league. And another. They have tangled multiple times before. Will they tangle tonight? Will it be a clean race between them? Who is going to be ahead going into turn 1? We will see in the next 20 seconds. So stay tuned as we will be back on track for the Bahrain Grand-Prix. I think I should just start humming the anthem in the meantime.
Meanwhile, news on the Monaco Grand Prix. We may be expecting a few drops of rain 20 to 25 minutes from now.
That would be exciting to see. That may change the fate of that race. And Robin Hood has left the session. He will need an invite, which... Wait, we will send it to him. It's lights out and away we go. Everybody else got a slow start. However, Robin Hood, who is not in his car currently, had the AI make the start for him and go, like, move up.
Into P1.
However, Bacon has moved back up and we see Slowy Red, who's dropped down to P6 after starting P2. What went wrong with him? Daniel Avocado starting P12 and is racing in the Mercedes tonight. He's up into P9. He's made up 3 places and Syed OP has dropped down. Let's get some tire data.
Daniel Avocado starting on the hard compound of tire, which is a very interesting strategy indeed.
Which I believe he did the same, I think, last night as well around Australia.
That really didn't work out for him.
And however, he seems to have the pace on those hard tires in the Mercedes as he's making places as we speak. He's already up into P8, which means he's made up 4 places on the opening lap.
And that's a Mercedes. Oh, that is the Red Bull into the wall.
And that's issues in the Red Bull that has binned it and lost its front wing. This race coming really undone for the 2 Red Bulls. Was there contact or was that a spin on his own? And Adhikash has moved up into P2, 1.7 seconds behind Goodis Bacon. Steel Sneeze going on those mediums for the alternate strategy. And Kulsud gets a 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. I believe that the pit limiter or the pit assist is rather on. I do not know how are they getting the 5-second time penalties for this.
The game does glitch out a couple of times whenever you end up going in full throttle into the pit lane entry.
Alright, so
there are 5-second penalties for Chocolate, Kulsut as well as Tanish.
we saw all 3 drivers pitting in for a new set of medium tires already on lap 2 of 14. We really need to see what can Steel Sneeze and Slowy Red pull off on the alternate strategy? Because the top three are on the soft tires. They will be going on the mediums around, I believe, lap 5 would be an ideal pit stop window. Lap 5, lap 6. And we got the predicted pit stop window on your screens right now. And Steel Sneeze is going a little wide. Doesn't seem to have grip on his car. However, Daniel Avocado. Oh, and that's another. And that's a spin for Isjuice.
Second
That's
Red
for
Bull.
Syed. And what went wrong with Tanishq there? He has DNF'd. Tanishq in the Ferrari is out of this race. This is a second consecutive DNF for the Ferrari. We had 2 Ferraris participating last night in the race in Australia, and none of them managed to finish. Today we have 1 Ferrari with Tanishq, and he managed DNF as well. Is this an omen against the Ferrari in this league? So Slowy Red is right on the tail of that Alfa Romeo and has DRS behind him. This is going to be an interesting battle while we see the McLaren of Good as Bacon pulling a massive lead. The lead is up to 3.7, 3.8 seconds now. Which would work perfectly for an undercut or an overcut. He has the strategic options now in his bag. Steel Sneeze at 84% ERS, Slowy Red at 40% ERS. Slowy Red in that Alpha Tauri will also have ERS. The wing is open, as you can see, coming across the pit straight, deploying that battery pack, going wheel to wheel into turn 1, and Slowy Red has made the move stick. And he has moved, and that is Kulsud, who has retired from the session. Kulsud in that Aston Martin has retired from the session. We've lost 2 drivers out of 12. 10 are on the grid right now. And Good as Bacon is just increasing his lead up ahead. He is cruising out in front. A very Verstappen-esque drive from him. And Robin Hood in that Haas somehow is sitting in P3. However, he is getting chased down by that Alfa Romeo and Alpha Tauri. We'll have to see for how long can Robin Hood hold on to that podium position, and how soon can the 2 medium runners catch up to the leaders right now. So Chocolate, the only one on the grid right now with a 5-second time penalty. Slowy Red has increased the gap to Steel Sneeze behind him, not enough, but enough to probably defend. However, Steel Sneeze still has 78% ERS and also has the assistance of DRS. While we can see that the Alpha Tauri of Slowy Red has deployed almost the entirety of its battery pack.
The desperate attempt at trying to get back into those podium high score.
Slowy Red is closing that gap by about 2.5 tenths per corner, which is some real good pace by that Alpha Tauri. And he, I believe, is trying to get into the DRS range of the Haas up ahead. And Is he within striking distance or within DRS range of that Haas up ahead? Not enough, probably just 2 tenths away. As they come across the final corner, and Slowy Red is already in the pits. Slowy Red is boxing on lap 6, and we are seeing a Red Bull, and I believe that is the Red Bull of Syed OP that spun around on track and has lost out to the Alpine of Chocolate. And we see Fearsome JD also in the pits for a set of medium tires, and Slowy Red has gone on a set of hards. Pesos, are you watching this? Slowy Red in that Alpha Tauri is going on a new set of hard tires, while everybody else is on a very soft compound. Eight laps on the hards is not a major feat. It is very achievable, and the tire temperatures must be biting red at the moment, as we saw him squiggling around and losing the rear end a little bit coming out of that turn. The hard tires are pretty difficult to warm up and get temperature in. However, if it's anybody, it's Red that can pull it off, and that is Juice in the second Red Bull that is spinning around. And we are seeing the two leaders boxing, and we see Adhikash is still. What went wrong there? That was
a front wing change.
That was a front wing change for Alpine.
That is going to be a very difficult second stint for Adhikash, for him to get back into the fight with Good as Bacon, since he has lost that extra time during his pit stop.
He has lost over 4 seconds, and the gap now is almost touching 10 seconds up ahead. It has crossed 10 seconds as we speak. So gaining a 10-second lap in 10-second gap in 7 laps, it's going to be a very difficult feat for that Alpine to achieve. Everybody cannot be Rage Nail in a league. However, what we forgot about was the Mercedes of Daniel Avocado that's sitting comfortably in P2 and is gaining time on Steel Sneeze up ahead.
That is the advantage that the hard runners gain during that lap 7, lap 8, lap 9
the crossover period.
The crossover period for the mediums, exactly. And since the pit window is already open for Steel Sneeze, and he's pitting.
And Daniel Avocado is already in the pits. Steel Sneeze is extending his stint. He is going for a massive overcut. However, the Mercedes of Daniel Avocado will be coming out on a brand new fresh set of softs. And we see the Alpine of Chocolate that caused yellow flags for a brief moment and has lost out to Slowy Red. Slowy Red has moved up into P6 now. And Robin Hood has moved up. And Robin Hood has managed to undercut Daniel Avocado. However, Daniel Avocado on those fresh soft tires will be flying. And this may be a very exciting stint for that Mercedes driver, which may result in a podium for him. After a heartbreaking, gut-wrenching DNF last night in the Ferrari around Albert Park in Australia, this may be exactly what Daniel Avocado needs to build his confidence back up, a podium around Bahrain. This should ideally be the lap for Steel Sneeze 94 to pit. I am washed, says Kulsud. Well, I'll just say no comments to it, and if that's what you believe. And the Alfa Romeo of Steel Sneeze is coming into the pits from the lead of this race, and we can see Good as Bacon going fastest with a 131.5 and taking the lead of this race once again. However, what we need to see is, has Steel Sneeze... Oh no, and that's a wing change for Steel Sneeze. That wing change may turn out costly for Steel Sneeze in that Alfa Romeo, as the overcut may not work the way he hoped. He has dropped down to P5. Will he get undercut by the Alpha Tauri of Slowy Red? They're wheel to wheel as they both come across. And Steel Sneeze is ahead, and there is a spin, and that's Syed OP in the second Red Bull. And we see Chocolate and Fearsome JD battling it out through turns 2 and 3.
Surprisingly clean into the 2 and 3 and 4 section, this turn 2 and 3 section. Now
Yeah.
coming back is
In-
Fearsome JD outside, just like Max Verstappen, keeping it on the track this time to stick the overtake. That was an amazing move.
This is some great racing from our drivers, and honestly, I am extremely impressed at how good they're racing.
Chocolate will be kicking himself. He would be wanting that position back. He's going to do something. He's going to go down the inside, or he's going to use as much battery as he can during the back straight section to get that place back. He has gotten a better exit. Let's move on to Chocolate, that is in P8. He has his wing wide open. He might be deploying as well. He decides not to. He's going to keep the position.
He probably
Does
needed
have
a
a fight.
100-meter more on-track distance in order to make that move stick, or probably a car length more.
Taking extremely
Oh, and
courageous
they're
line
wheel to
goes
wheel,
to the
and
side.
oh, he's almost
touch.
lost it there. They touched Martin. Slight
That was
contact
very-
between that Alpine and the Alfa Romeo.
That was a very wicked line that Chocolate had taken, and that did work out sort of for him, but unfortunately Fearsome JD in that corner, he was into that corner before Chocolate can even have a look down the inside.
This is an exciting battle, and one more battle that is heating up is between the Alpha Tauri and the Alfa Romeo. And
Bahrain always is a track which shows us a 1v1 battle, whatever position it may be, even for P1 as well as down to P19.
and Slowy Red, that's Slowy Red.
That does it for him.
And
now Slowy
so
Red
is
has-
Fearsome JD, that's
Fearsome
lost
is
out.
That plays very well into the hands of Chocolate, who is
And
going to gain a shit ton of time. He's spinning around.
He still has his ERS deployed for some reason, which is not a good thing, because that is causing him to spin around even more and lose out on his tires. This race has come undone for the Alpha Tauri of Slowy Red after he lost out against Steel Sneeze. However, the battle for the final podium place is ramping up as we see the Mercedes of Daniel Avocado within striking distance of that Haas up ahead. He has DRS, he has the battery. Steel Sneeze has just had the fastest lap time with 130.538, which is about a second
Daniel
quicker.
Avocado, but as Steel Sneeze as well, he's catching the front three as quickly as he can. He is on those softer medium compound.
And we are seeing Chocolate back into the pits.
Could be for the contact with Fearsome JD.
Yes,
The
it
wing
does look
change
like
might
a
come
wing
in.
change. And is he serving his 5-second time penalty? It looked like he served his 5-second time penalty. Was this his first pit stop? Oh, it was his first pit stop after the time penalty, I believe. Good as Bacon is on a Sunday chill drive and is leading with a gap of 12 seconds up ahead. However, let's ride on board with the Mercedes of Daniel Avocado now, that is battling for position of the final podium place. They're very close to each other. Robin Hood has about 40% ERS, while Daniel Avocado has about 20%. He will have the assistance of DRS as we come across the final corner and go onto the pit straight. And that is the Red Bull of Sayyid OP that we just saw. And in the meantime, we see Daniel Avocado and Robin Hood going wheel to wheel through turn 1 and 2. Who is going to come out victorious? Daniel Avocado is hanging around the outside very comfortably. However, it's Robin Hood that's gotten the DRS in the second DRS zone. They're still going wheel to wheel into turn 4, and it is the tire advantage for the Mercedes of Daniel Avocado that plays its part and puts him up into P3. A very intense and good clean battle between the two drivers. Impressive driving from
Now
both of
arriving
them.
onto the scene, not less than 2.5 seconds behind the Clubwood.
But will that be enough for Steel Sneeze to make up? Will 2 laps be enough for Steel Sneeze to make up and go for that podium?
Podium would be a little difficult feat for him to pull off, but if he does, that would be very impressive. P4 is on the table for Steel Sneeze as he is able to catch the entire pack by approximately 5 to 7 tenths every single lap.
Daniel Avocado has managed to increase the gap behind and is out of DRS range of Robin Hood. So he should be safe up ahead as long as Robin Hood does not decide to deploy his battery and catch that Mercedes up ahead. Steel Sneeze has brought the gap back down to about a second and a half, under a second and a half.
As long as he gets
Let's see,
inside that DRS.
where do we get the information of fastest lap? So the fastest lap is sitting with Steel Sneeze in that Alfa Romeo with a 1:30.538. Steel Sneeze definitely has the pace to take this battle, and he is not too far away from that podium position either. The question is, how quickly can he clear that Haas and then take the battle onto that Mercedes? Robin Hood is back into DRS range of that Mercedes up ahead. Will he get DRS through this? The back straight, no, but Steel Sneeze in that Alfa Romeo does have DRS behind him. And
Final lap scrap between the Ferrari sister teams is going to be very interesting to watch who comes out on top.
this is
Daniel
indeed
Ricciardo
going to
is
be
losing time to the both of them.
this is indeed going to be a last lap scrap between, I am hoping it should be 3 cars. As we can see, Robin Hood is flashing his red light, which means he is under 10% ERS, and he is desperately trying to deploy and keep ahead of that charging Alfa Romeo.
With his
However,
wing wide open, he's
that
gonna go down the inside.
and the DRS and the battery pack comes to aid of that Alfa Romeo and puts him up into P4. He is not too far away to make the move and get that podium tonight. Will he be able?
DRS
He
is
has
still open.
he has one more DRS zone to go. He has enough for battery. However, the Mercedes has a slight advantage over the Alfa Romeo in terms of the battery pack. Will that play a major role, a major factor, as we come across turn 8, 9 and 10 and go into the back straight for DRS? He is awfully close. The gap is under 4 seconds. The Alfa Romeo is literally pushing that Mercedes around. And we can see Daniel Avocado is deploying, desperately trying to stay ahead. However, Steel Sneeze will try and go around the outside. They're going wheel to wheels to turn 11 and 12. And this is an intense battle for the final podium position. As we see Good as Bacon across the finish line, takes the Bahrain Grand-Prix. We will stay on board with Steel Sneeze and Daniel Avocado as they're coming around the final corner. Oh, and Steel Sneeze is spun!
There goes his P4. Robin Hood stayed out of the battle. He stayed away from the scrap. It has awarded him more points than he jumped for today.
Steel Sneeze.
threw everything into the battle against Robin Hood and Daniel Avocado. unfortunately didn't work out for him today. He could not stick the move on Daniel Avocado across the
This
back 11
race,
or 13
this
seconds.
race came undone for Steel Sneeze on the final corner of the final lap. It is truly heartbreaking and gut-wrenching to watch that.
Throwback to how Perez lost his Red Bull during the 2022 season with his cut into turn 1, turn 2.
So all drivers that finish the race tonight score points.
And Sayed OP, just like his favorite driver, will be asking his Red Bull engineer today, is there even a point for that position? But finishing 10th. Driver of the day, a very, very well-deserved prize from Daniel Avocado, down from P12 up into the final podium position, P3. An amazing drive from him. Great, great race coming in today for the Rage Nail Community Cup.
Indeed. Tanuj is saying, well played, Steel Sneeze. Tanuj, he lost out. He spun on the final corner of the final lap while trying to battle you, and he lost his P4 as well. So, however, Steel
Finally,
Sneeze,
some good news for the McLarens as they see the fastest driver on the grid getting to stand on the final first top step of the podium after the
Steel Sneeze
disastrous
will be
Australian.
getting that extra point for the fastest lap, which was
A very
1.5 seconds
well-deserved.
faster than anybody else in the session.
Now the championship battle is on between Adikash, Good as Bacon. Steel Sneeze dropping that couple of points is going to be gut-wrenching for him. He's not going to be very happy at the error that cost him a lot of points tonight.
Indeed. So let's head back downstairs into the driver's VC and get a driver's interview post race. Hello, guys. Is anybody here?
Yes, yo.
So we have our race winner, Good is Bacon, with us at the moment.
Am I allowed to swear?
Not too much, but in a
Okay.
moderate amount.
So, anyone who ridiculed me for not getting first, suck my balls.
No, you could have said to whomsoever it may concern, fuck you.
No, no, no. No, that's too vague. I want to direct it towards some people.
Well, that's okay. So Bacon, what are your comments on the race? I would like to have Daniel Ricciardo also stay at the VC for a post race interview, if you can. So yes, Bacon,
Pretty
what
easy.
are your views on that race?
Yeah, very, chill. I really didn't have to do anything. I was just cruising.
Indeed, it did look like a Sunday chill drive for you.
Yeah, so it's pretty much that. Like Adikash got some big damage at some point, so he lost out, to I think over 10 seconds.
Yes, he
And
did.
yeah, Luthra, I think, bended. So yeah,
Well, it was
yeah, cool,
it
very
was absolute
relaxing.
heartbreak for watching Utpal Luthra, you know, lose it on the final corner of the final lap while battling for the podium position. Anyway, some good
And we have
comments.
Rain and Monaco. Rain and Monaco.
All right, so we'll watch that in a brief moment. Let's get a quick word from Daniel Avocado. Daniel Avocado, if you could unmute yourself, we would like to have a word with you.
Yes.
Daniel Avocado, P12 to P3, a podium. in this race. An amazing drive from you, and definitely deserving of the Driver of the Day award. So, what are your views about the race? What was going on in your mind while you were racing?
It was a tough race, and I had good competition from Knee Steel, and we had a great battle going through the last few corners. It's a shame that spun, span, he just spun, and but even Robin Hood, if I'm right, I had a great battle with him also, and I just enjoyed the race. Yeah.
Indeed, all props to Robin Hood as well for keeping that battle with Daniel Avocado nice and clean, hard and fair. And I am absolutely impressed with the racing that was displayed today. And we hope to see this week in, week out as we move further ahead into the calendar of the Regional Community Cup. Anyway, I won't keep you lads waiting anymore. You all can head out and watch the final moments of the Monaco GP and then head to watching the IPL finals. All right. So, well
You
played.
were wrong. You were wrong, Rajnil.
Uh,
It is the F1 final today as well.
what F1 final?
Yeah, it is the
Karina,
F1
Karina
finals,
Kapoor.
as Karina Kapoor has stated yesterday on her story. Semi-finals is done. Tomorrow is the finals.
This is why.
Today
This is why I
So
is the
how
don't.
did
Monaco
George get
finals.
to P3?
Who got to P3?
George.
I don't. Okay,
He
that.
didn't
It's
go. He
raining.
stayed out.
Okay,
He
listen. He
stayed out.
stayed out.
All right. So that is all for today. That was round 2 of the Regional Community Cup around Bahrain that you saw. An intense and exciting race from everybody. And thank you to everybody who tuned in today. And I hope to see you guys next time around as well. We will be streaming throughout the week, uh, different things, whatever. And we will be back with the Community Cup League race next weekend. So yes, I hope to see you guys then as well. So until then, wherever you are, have a good day, good evening. Take care. Bye bye.